providers, and that seems to be working quite well.
Question number 4, the Honourable David Cunliffe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister of Economic Development, does he stand by all his recent statements?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr. Speaker, yes, especially my recent statement. The only way we can create jobs, pay for public services and lift New Zealanders' living standards is through faster, sustainable economic growth. I'm sure all members in the House will be pleased to note this morning's growth numbers. While it is just one quarter, it demonstrates our economy's improving strength despite current uncertain international conditions, particularly in Europe.
The Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr. Speaker, to the Minister, does he stand by a statement today to the Commerce Select Committee that the Pure Advantage Green Growth Report would leave us poorer for an extended period of time, that he fundamentally disagrees with it, and that it would be value-destroying?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr. Speaker, I agree with the first and third propositions. The second one isn't actually correct. I said in response to your questions this morning, Mr. Cunliffe, that their proposal to move investment from New Zealand's traditional strengths, which are around about 80% of our exports, and areas such as primary industries and oil and gas and so on, immediately into what they describe as new green growth industries, would be very dislocating for the New Zealand economy.
The Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr. Speaker, we'll look to the transcript. To the Minister, how can he reconcile his statement that the Auditor-General's process will not impact on the government's negotiations with Sky City, to his answer to written estimate questions that, quote, decisions in this area will be a matter for the new ministry, meaning Moby, and can he therefore confirm that the incoming Moby Chief Executive will have the authority to cancel or renegotiate the Sky City deal?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not sure where the member gets his proposition today, but I can confirm for him that MBIE will start in 9 days' time on the 1st of July. I can also confirm for him that negotiations are ongoing in parallel with the OAG's process.
The Honourable David Cunliffe.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. In light of the Minister's comments, I seek leave to table his written answers to estimates.
Order. No, we don't seek leave to table written answers. They're available to all members. The member have a supplementary question.
To the Minister, does he stand by his statement that the government's target for employment growth is 170,000 over 4 years, when his colleague, Mr. English, revised that forecast down to 154,000 in last month's budget? Or are those ministers not in frequent conversation?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Oh dear, chasing things again. It's like a dog chasing a car.
Order, the Minister should answer it. Sorry, what was the answer?
Mr. Speaker, the answer to the question is, if the member cares to note, one is Treasury's predictions 1 year, and the next one is Treasury's predictions for next year. I was asked this morning about how they were going in relation to the first year, and I can report to members that we're progressing well, and we are slightly ahead of target at this point.
The Honourable David.
Supplementary, Mr. Speaker. Does he stand by his statements to the Commerce Select Committee today that all costs of the new Moby are being met within baselines, will be met within baselines? And if so, why does the government continue to withhold the full due diligence report?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr. Speaker, the transition will be met within baselines, and as I advised the member this morning, the government is seeking savings through this amalgamation, which I advised on the numbers for at the time. In terms of the due diligence report, there are a number of items that have been withheld at this stage, but they will be released in due course. Of course, we're going through a transition, and it's important to give the officials the opportunity to manage that well.
The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Will the Minister release all of the Cabinet Subcommittee and Cabinet papers giving rise to the Super Ministry proposal, which would debunk the rumour that this idea came purely from himself and John Key? And if not, why not?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr. Speaker, for the member's information, I think you'll find that redacted versions of the second Cabinet paper and the first Cabinet paper are available publicly right now.
Question number... point of order, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
I didn't ask for a redacted version of two documents. I want to know whether or not he is prepared to release all the documents behind this proposal, not just two of them.
Well, the member... Shame he didn't ask that question instead of the rest of it he put into his question. I'm loath to intervene when members add unnecessary information to the question. If the member really wanted the answer to that question, he should have just asked that and not put the other bit in about something to do with the Minister and the Prime Minister. But I would ask the Minister if he could answer the first part of that question, when he intends to release all the papers. And
the point I was making, Mr Speaker, there are two. He asked about papers at Cabinet committees and Cabinet, and those are the papers. There have been some redactions, as has been noted, but the papers have been released.
I thank the Minister. Question number 5, Jamie Lee Ross.
Mr Speaker, my